Call me old man Wade.
Damn you, old man!
Wait.
Old ass man.
Shut up, old man. You smell like farts.
No! Man!
Old man.
He's so old, he got a podcast on cassette.
Fuck, you're old.
Damn it, Wade.
And welcome back to the Old Man Wade Show. I'm your host, Old Man Wade. And with me, we have my lovely, beautiful, intelligent wife, Mrs. Old Man Wade.
Hey.
Are you ever going to have any, real enthusiasm into this? Or
Nope.
Sweet Christmas. And to my left, we have her. Can I, family relations? Or are there any, anything? Should I say that you're her cousin?
Yeah, of course you can.
Or I've already said it. And her cousin, and recurring guest, Jamie.
Eating a bowl of pasta.
As I like to call it, the most unprofessional professional podcast you will ever listen to. This might be a short one, this might be a long one, but I might just call this one People Suck.
Very true.
Me and Jamie kind of work in, I work in a customer service capacity. I'm essentially a guru. I'm going to leave it at that. And I deal with people every day. Jamie works in a industry that deals with customers, and I won't say where or what you do, just in case someone wants to get all hostile and go, I can't believe you said that about our fine customers, even though they probably suck too. So, let's talk about tipping.
Always 20%.
Always 20%.
Yep.
So, as a black male, I always tip. All right, if I buy a $4 beer, they get $5.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. Now, here is my problem, and this is a problem a lot of other black males have, because there's a stigma that black people do not do what?
Tip.
And unfortunately, it's kind of true. But thankfully, I hang around with a lot of guys who do. But what do you do if you have a person who is if you have a waiter or a waitress who's just terrible?
I still, my daughter gets mad at me. I still tip 20%. And she's like, Mom, you're just encouraging them to suck. I'm like,
but it's that underlying guilt that this is how this person makes their money.
No, totally.
I get it. I have definitely been in that situation where I'm like, do I really want to give them a fucking tip? Because, they suck. They're a horrible service. But if I don't, I'm going to be looked at like I'm cheap.
Chili's the other day, and we were I didn't have that much time because I had to go to work myself. And so we were eating, and I was done, and I had already paid through a little kiosk thing that they have on the table, and I was just waiting for the lady to come back so I could ask for a box. I'm like, I've already paid and tipped you. Please just come back so I can have a box so I can leave.
But see, that's my thing. And it's I'll give you a perfect example. There was one time me and Maria were at Uno's, and we spent a good 30 minutes waiting, not waiting for our food, waiting for our waitress to actually even acknowledge we were there.
Oh, that'd be bullshit.
We actually, if you still have the memory box, we drew a picture of Randall the rabbit. And I would draw a piece, she would draw a piece, and we spent 30 minutes drawing this picture. And when the waitress finally got there, she was rude.
I'm like, bitch, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking, but I was like, fuck, I have to tip because if I don't, I'm not sure if I did or Maria did, but one of us went to the manager and was like, look, normally we tip, but this waitress was absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, normally I don't. And I have, the worst I think I've ever had was, Maria has. Have you ever been to Fire and Ice?
No.
Fire and Ice essentially is, the wait staff doesn't really do much. They bring you drinks.
I'm weird about buffets, so that's why I think I've never been there.
It's not even, it kind of
is a buffet.
Yeah, it kind of is a buffet. But they bring you drinks and stuff like that. And so it's not really I'm not going to say it's not a difficult job because obviously waiting on people, depending on the type of personalities you're dealing with, it's still a difficult job.
But they're not bringing you food. They're just bringing you drinks.
Yeah. So it was the end of the night. There was really no one there. And my buddy was like, oh, he wanted a beer. They gave him the wrong beer. He took a sip. He was like, this isn't the beer I wanted. Can I have another beer? Guy gave him a bit of an attitude. Then he brought him another beer, and you know what it's like when the keg's empty. It's off. And he said, well, this beer is still off. He goes, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but this isn't, if I'm going to pay for a beer, I want the beer.
Yeah.
He was real polite about it, and he was just like, kind of like, ugh. And I looked at him like, motherfucker, you have... I was drinking lemonade. I wasn't even drinking that night. So I was like, whatever. So I raising the hand, trying to, get attention to the waiter, and he's talking to the what's the person you greet? The greeter? I'm not sure.
The host.
The host.
The host. Thank you. And he's talking to the host, and I'm like, hey, and he puts his finger up, like, wait a second, and I went, oh, fuck this.
I do that to people sometimes. I call it giving people the finger, and I put up the wait a minute finger.
But see,
I gave him the finger. Wait a minute. But I wouldn't do it in that situation. Like, usually it's like when I've, like, been at a table a million times, and they, like, don't want me, and I'm, like, literally talking at a table next to them, and they're like, miss, and I'm like, wait.
But see, I would understand that, because you're dealing with another customer at the time.
Yeah.
Like, if I saw you dealing with a customer, and I said, like, hey, and you said, give me a second, I'd be like, I'll give you a thumbs up. That's just etiquette, person to person. He was talking to the hostess, like, leaning on the table, and you could tell he was kind of flirting with her, and she was, like, kind of like fuddling the paper.
Oh, God.
Like, leave me the fuck alone, you goddamn creep. So I was like, okay, I'm done. So I flagged down another waitress. I said, look, and I explained to her what was going on. I was like, he wants this, I want this. Is there any way you can make this possible? She goes, absolutely, I'll take care of it. So I was like, can we have you as our waitress from now? And she was like, I really can't. And I said, what if I moved to the next table over?
Right?
And she was like the nicest person ever. And at the end of the night, they were like, what are we tipping? I said, I'm not tipping him fucking anything. And they were like, well, you have to. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. So at the end of the night, I went right up to the woman and I said, here's $15. Here's what he was supposed to get. I'm giving it to you. She goes, well, I can't take this. I said, where's your table? She goes, over there. I walked over there, put it on the table. I said, what happens after that's not my problem. And I walked away because that was the absolute worst.
Yeah, I mean, I always tip 20%, but then it also does annoy me when people, like, it's like, being a waitress is like, yeah, it is a hard job, but it's not really that hard. And I don't understand, like, when I go to restaurants, like, when I don't get good service, because it's like, all being a waitress is, or waiter, if you're a man, is, like, listening to what someone asks for, and then bringing it to them in a timely manner, And I feel like if you can't handle doing that, like, how do you breathe? Like, how do you do anything? Like,
we went to the 50s diner a couple of days ago,
mm-hmm.
and our food came out super fast, and the woman was like, "Sorry, it took so long," and I thought she was being sarcastic, and I was like, "Oh, it took so long." She goes, "Yeah, they burnt the first one." I was like, "Oh no, I was being sarcastic. That was actually really fast." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you spilled something on your sweater. On a sweater. She came back, soda water, the whole 9 yards. Like, just above and beyond.
Yeah.
But she was servicing at least 5 or 6 other tables. Like stop there, go there, stop there, go there.
It was like a breakfast place.
And so I'm like, wow, like, she's amazing. So I tipped her over 20%. I was like, all right, well, like, then I made sure here, this is yours. You are amazing. But I don't understand how people don't, and this is, but as Maria says, this is your job. How are you at least not putting on the front?
Yeah, like, when people are rude,
it's
like,
the effort.
Maybe I'm a psychopath in the kitchen when I, like, hate somebody, but to their face, obviously, I'm like,
oh, you should see, like, some woman came to me and she was like this rude as hell, and she felt bad, and she goes, "I'm so sorry." I said, "Don't worry, I'm just gonna talk about you when you leave."
Right?
And she laughed, and she goes, and she laughed and walked away, and then she walked away and go, "Oh yeah, that woman over there," and she laughed and walked away. Did I talk about it when she left? Oh, absolutely. But, like, my job is to make sure this customer comes back. That was my job at the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? My job now is to make sure that the tenants of my building are okay with the goons that they have in place to make sure to do what they're supposed to do. I'm essentially a glorified concierge. You know what I mean? So, while I would like to tell when a person goes, "Hurry up," I would like to go, "Oh, go fuck yourself. You left your bags at home. It's not my problem." I was okay, how can I passive aggressively do this without getting in trouble? I just go slower.
Right.
I'm not. But I don't get, like, you've worked in the service industry. Like, why are waiters and waitresses assholes knowing that this affects their tips?
I don't know. I honestly don't, because like there obviously are a lot of people in my work that are like that, and I'm like, it's like people like get discouraged because like they're having like a bad day themselves or whatever, or like maybe they like really need the money and they're like it's not like busy, and it's like having an attitude like this is just gonna affect you negatively, like you know like when you go up to every single table and you're like in a pissed off mood because you're like not making any money, like you're not gonna make any money off that table because like you're not like friendly, like I don't know, like I try to like always stay somewhat friendly when I'm like somewhat. I've definitely been rude to people. I definitely have, but I feel like they asked for it. Some of them.
I don't think there's a person in the world who can say they've never been angry at someone in the service industry. I honestly don't think that. I think it's impossible to have at least once said to someone, like this one guy, he asked me. He was a visitor, and I don't have to sign visitors. I don't have to. I can, but I don't have to. So I'm signing. I'm looking him up. He's not in my system. So I'm like, all right. I don't really feel like going the extra effort. You're already supposed to be going to the visitor's desk. So go to the visitor's desk. I said, sir, unfortunately, you're not in my system. You need to go to the. And before I could finish the sentence, he snatches his ID out of his hand and walks away.
Like, okay, bye. Go die on your way home.
Normally.
That's usually what I think. That's usually definitely what I think.
99.9% of the time, I don't say anything. This one time I went, okay, well, go fuck yourself too. And I went, oh shit, I said that out loud. But it's just like, dude, if this was your job, how would this be any different than...
No, I'm a psychopath, and when I wait on people that are like literally terrible to me, I like hope they pay with a credit card. Because I look at their name, and then I look them up, and I like I've never done it, but I dream to myself about going to their place of work and making their life terrible. You know?
Fair.
Like, I would love to actually do that.
No, seriously. You know, just like go and just be a fucking miserable bitch. Like about everything.
We've all seen Waiting, right? The movie Waiting?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everyone should be like that one angry woman. She's like, fuck, stupid fucking people. That, hi, how are you?
That
is me.
At my job, I'm like that. Like, hospitals are a business, and it's a hospitality business. You want repeat customers, so we're expected to treat patients like they're fucking, like they're gold.
What? I would treat people
so
like crap.
That's
like,
from
you need this hospital, bitch.
it's from the drug addicts that are homeless and living on the street up to like the CEO of companies that we get in our hospital. We're supposed to treat everyone the same. So literally, I have been walking down the hall with a coworker, being like, "This guy is such like a piece of shit." Like I had to go in there yesterday, blah blah blah, like full on blasting who they are. I'm angry and upset and pissed, and literally take a deep breath before I walk in the room and say, "Hi, my name's Maria. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I'm here to do whatever it is I have to do." And then, like, I do my business. They're fucking douchey and nasty the whole fucking time per usual. And I just say, "Have a nice day," and I walk out. And my coworker literally watched me do this one day, and she was like, "I don't understand how you so easily just turn it off and act like they're the most amazing person you ever met, even though they're like essentially calling you a piece of shit to your face." I'm like, it's part of the job.
Yeah,
it's like what you do.
I couldn't do that. I feel like I mean, obviously, like making tips is like part of it. If somebody's really rude to me, I will literally just like stare them down. I'm like, you did not just say that, sir.
But you know what I don't get about
it's like, I do handle your food.
See, people never think about that
that's
shit.
the other thing.
I think about that shit sometimes too. Like when people are doing like absolutely cunty things, like that person has your food in their hands. Like, what is wrong with you, stupid? Like obviously, I would fucking spit in your shit.
Right?
Like,
I've never done anything like that, but
I can tell you some stories of some shit I did.
Ugh.
So, Maria thought, I'll tell you the least I've done to someone. I'll tell you the worst I've done to someone. The least I did was someone came in, and I used to work for a produce department that will remain nameless. And this woman will come up to me and goes, "Do you have any name brand bananas?" And I go, "Huh?" She goes, "Do you have any name brand bananas?" I go, "Like, you mean like Ralph Lauren or Polo bananas?" I'm like, she goes, "No, like Chiquita and Dole." I'm like, "Yeah, bananas. Like, they're just bananas." She goes, "I only eat name brand bananas." I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, "I don't have any name brand." I'm like, "What?" She goes,
like bananas are bananas. Who looks at the fucking sticker?
Right.
On them?
So I'm like, I don't. So I went out back because, like, for those of you who don't know, Bananas are one of those things that, like, you constantly have to put out. I don't know what it is about people and bananas, but
bananas
you
are
get...
good.
Huh?
Bananas are good.
Like, we used to get pallets of those. Like, they will go in, like, a day. Like, a pallet of bananas can literally go in a day. So I went back, I found some, like, and they would come randomly. Like, the box may say Dole or Chiquita, but it might be some off-brand company sticker. So I would find Dole and Chiquita stickers, I would peel them off, and I'd peel the other sticker off, and I would just put them on there. Bring them on here you go.
Right?
Dole bananas. And every week this woman would come in and go, see, I tell you these bananas taste so much better than the other ones. And I go, you are 100%
We
right.
might just change the fucking label.
Right? I was like, crazy bitch.
Now,
I don't like fruit, so I'm like, eh.
the worst I've done, this one guy came in, and he was talking about he needed a platter. Now, for fruit platters, you need 24 hours notice. And it just takes about maybe about half hour to 15 minutes to a half hour to do, sometimes an hour depending on what you need done. And the first time I did it, because it was Dan, I was like, cool, I'll make this for you, but we need 24 hours notice. Guy came in the next week, same thing, same day. I did it again because we were dead. I'm like, cool, but dude, next time you come in here, I'm not going to do this. We need 24 hours notice. He goes, fine. The third week he comes in, 1 week after another, and then drops the hook a brother up thing, and I went, no, I'm not doing it. I'm absolutely not. I've told you twice already we need 24 hours notice.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. He went over my head, went to the customer service, went to the manager, and I told the manager, I'm like, this is the third week he's come in here, I told him he needs 24 hours notice, and she was just like, well, can you do me a favor? I went, okay. I walked down there, I cut up all the fruit, I dropped some of it on the floor, I licked some of it, I put it all on this platter, I dropped some more of it, I licked some more of it, put some of that shit in my mouth, put it in the platter, locked it up there, discounted it for him. Here you go.
Right? Like, yeah, like, no, we actually have a...
But that's like fucked up because it's not like the people that he's buying this platter for did anything. But Mark, because he was pissed off at this guy, literally, this is what makes me not want to eat things because he literally...
Sins of the father.
I can't.
Do you know what I
Like
did?
every piece.
But you know what's funny about? But you know the funny thing about that was, there was two things he did that really.
I'm like,
pissed
I
me
don't
off.
eat fruit, so I'm still not bothered by this story.
He did two things. One, it was the hook a brother up comment that really pissed me off. And then he didn't have a conversation with me. He didn't go, look, man, they keep springing this on me. I really need your help. He wanted to play the black card. Fuck you. Then second, to go over my head and talk to a manager and have my manager make me do it? Yeah, fuck you, dude. Just be
seriously, I agree with that.
Like, just be honest with me. If this was going to be a weekly thing, he could literally walk into the store every week and say, if he needed this on a Wednesday, he could just have, I need a standing order for Wednesdays for platters. And all he would have to do is say, hey, I'm Joe Schmo. All right, here, Joe Schmo, here's your fruit platter. Have a good day.
Yeah, we had a somewhat similar issue at my work recently, and it's like, it happens all the time. It's like, same thing, where it's like, so these people come in, it's a contracted affair that they're like, they're doing like a business like presentation. They sign a thing a contract saying that they're going to spend $600. And and then that's how they like do the staff, and they figure out like how many people are on it and stuff like that. So what happened is that this party used to be 14 people, it went down to 3. Not my problem if no one likes you, dude. Okay. And he wanted to take steaks home because sometimes like they let him, but that's not our policy anymore. Our policy is that you can't take food home, even though we still allow him to do it every single time. And every single time, like we tell him, like
this is the last time.
Yeah, exactly. But like every single time. So this past time, obviously it was like 3 people. So he wasn't anywhere near the minimum because like even the 3 people, like they're not getting like add-ons. They're not getting lobster tails or sauces to make. They're just getting like a fucking 6-ounce fillet and that's it. And they don't really drink because it's like a business presentation. So at the end, I'm like, my manager said you can only take 4 10-ounce fillets to go. Like that's max. They're like $38 each.
Yeah.
But like he was still going to be $250 short on his minimum. So that $250, he would still have to pay it. But it just goes to the restaurant. I don't get it. So like I get it. And he just like gave me such a big attitude about it. And I'm like, dude, I don't understand it either. I'm like, let me get you a manager. Like, but like if every single time you're told the same exact thing, And then if you let us know beforehand, like, hey, it was supposed to be 14, but like now it's only going to be this many.
Could he cancel and just come in as a regular?
Yes.
Why doesn't he just...
Because he wants that private room, like, you know? And
fuck him.
No, seriously. Seriously.
Well, I don't. You know what I don't get about people, and this goes back to what you were saying earlier. Who's gonna go back to someone else's like business and then go? What's my favorite phrase? I don't go to your job and slap the dick out of your mouth. Like, who does that shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Everybody.
I was gonna say everybody.
People are entitled and they think that they deserve everything nowadays, and you're like, you don't. You deserve fucking shit. Just like me. We all deserve fucking shit.
No, well, I mean, that's people in general. Like, if they think that you're lower than them, they will do and say whatever they feel like saying.
Yeah.
I had a patient that I was going to draw blood on, and it's part of my job. It's part of my specialty. Like, I'm fairly good at it. And the patient, I was in the middle of getting ready to start. Like, found a vein, did everything I was supposed to do. He was a very difficult stick because of the illness that he had. Like, his veins were shit. And I was just about to stick him, and his doctor walked in, and he was like, take it off. I want him to do it. And I said... So the doctor looked at me, and this is the one time I can say, and it doesn't happen very often, the doctor actually, like, backed me up. So the doctor said, okay. And he asked me to wait, and I was like, whatever. What the fuck? So I stayed. He said, leave the tourniquet on. And he feels. And he just sticks the needle in. Blindly. Like, whatever. And he's fishing around in there.
Ugh,
and the patient is like, oh, that hurts, right? So the doctor goes, do you want me to take it out? And he was like, yeah. So he takes it out and he goes, I think this young lady knows what she's doing. I mean, she does this for a living. Maybe you should give her a chance. And the guy, like, agreed. And I, like, did it while he was talking to him. He didn't even feel it. He's talking to the doctor. I draw my blood. I take it off. I put on the Band-Aid and he goes, you're done? And I go, yeah. And the doctor goes, see, we all have specialties.
Right.
That's hers. You should think about that. It was probably the most amazing thing I'd ever had, because normally doctors are not this way. They're usually arrogant and condescending and whatever. And most of them cannot draw your blood because they have no fucking idea.
Yeah, because they don't do it. Yeah.
Because they don't do it. But, like, to actually have... And the patient, like, apologized. So it was, like, the first time in the history of all douchedom that someone actually apologized to me and was like, you did a good job. And I was like, thanks. And I just left. But it doesn't happen, like, very often. Like, it's just...
I got a good one for you. So I posted the question on Facebook, and my homie Amy Briggs, she goes, where to begin? I go, wherever. She goes, probably the dude that flipped out because we gave him 4 quarters instead of a dollar bill.
Wait, what? Like a customer?
Yeah.
Was pissed off because they got 4
quarters instead of a dollar.
You want to know how I roll? I don't even give people jingle change. You know what? Like, fuck you. Like, unless it's like 12 cents, unless it's like $30.12, like then I'll give you the $10 back out of your 40. But if it's like $30.44, you were gonna tip me anyways, weren't you? Like, I give $9 back,
and then wait for them to tip you the rest.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, it makes fucking
like,
sense to me.
Who is carrying around jingle change in their apron? No one.
Like, yeah, I don't get that shit. Like, this one, I love this story. There was this woman, we used to call her a troll. One, because she was a short, well, actually, specifically because she was a short, angry, like, bitter woman. She wasn't, like, mean or vindictive. She just didn't speak to anybody. She always had a scowl on her face. Didn't wave, didn't say hi, just badged and went about her business. Every day we called her a troll. But she used to drive in the garage every morning. And at this point in time, I was working in the garage. And every morning I would smile and wave. Every morning she would just drive by. Every morning I waved, and I big joker, teeth smiling, smile and wave. And like I think the last week I worked there, same thing. I wouldn't smile. She lifted her hand to wave, looked at me, smirked a little bit. I pointed at her and smiled. She smiled and drove off. Best work day of my life.
You got her to acknowledge
I got her to acknowledge it. And then it was funny, there was this, and it's just the random things you do that just make make you happy, just like, you know, in the shitstorm of people you deal with. I was working 4 to 12 at the time, and it was we're not supposed to let vans into the garage.
Because they're rapey, or because they possess imminent danger?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
But like, doesn't your garage check the trunks too? They do,
Yeah.
right? That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't it?
You're like, I've been there before. I've stumbled through that garage.
No, I saw you one day. I was like,
I am one of those girls on the videos.
No. It was funny as hell. One day, me and you were together, and Jamie drove in, and we kind of looked at each other for 2 seconds, and I was like, Jamie? Mark? Oh yeah, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Going out? Yeah, alright, I don't know. Have a good night. But,
me and Jenna used to joke around that we were gonna like pull over before we got to the garage and like have one of us get in the trunk. So when you guys like talk, we're like,
Have you ever had that happen?
I'll tell you some stories about
or
that.
like maybe just like fill the trunk with like condoms and
Like
lube.
random shit.
Like, right, like we're gonna have a party tonight.
So I'll tell you some stories about that too. And this was like probably, I almost cried. Like, this was so sweet, and it was like a bunch of kids, and it was like they were like, look, we're just in the neighborhood, and they acknowledged that they saw that the sign said no vans. They acknowledged it, which is a lot of times a lot of people just want you to know that they understand that, but they need something. They're requesting something. They're humbling themselves among the people of the people for help. And it was like, and I looked and I was like, it's a bunch of kids. So I thoroughly checked the car, brought out the fucking mirror, checked the
Al-Qaeda is full of a bunch of kids too.
Huh?
All right.
Al-Qaeda is full of a bunch of kids too.
You're right, and you're 100% right. And I was one of those things where I probably shouldn't have done. And I called
Like Mark caused the Boston Marathon.
Hey, whoa! I will be editing the shit out of that. And so, like, you know, I checked the trunk and all that. Well, shit, they could be fucking Al-Qaeda in a fucking Honda. But at the end of the night, they left it around like 8 o'clock. They had dinner and they walked around Boston. And they came back up, looked for the bathroom, went to the bathroom, did what they had to do, and they drove out. And this little kid said, "Thank you, Mr. Security Guard." And it was like the sweetest thing, and it was like, that made my like entire day. I had a night full of douchebags, but all I could hear in the back of my head was this little kid going, "Thank you, Mr. Security Guard." And it like made my day. Now, let's talk about the worst things I've seen in trunks. 2 stick in my head. I've seen some messy trunks, but like everyone has messy, shitty trunks. That it is what it is. The 2 things that stick in my head was, one, and you might want to look at Maria when I tell this story because I want to see her face is going to be when I say this. So we were on a break, right? But we had planned to see each other that night, right? And this went and checked the trunk, and she had Topple. Do you guys remember the game Topple?
Who had it?
Huh?
Who had
The
it?
person
Drove. She had Topple in her trunk. It's a little game. You put the thing on there, it topples, and it falls off. So, and I laughed.
Trifling hoe.
See, that's what I wanted you. That's what I wanted.
What did she do with this topple?
So I laughed, and she goes, "What's so funny?" I go, "This is just the fact that you have Topple in your trunk is funny to me." She goes, "Oh yeah, I know." She goes, "Well, when I'm done, do you want to come over and play later?" And I paused for a second. I was like, "I can't. I'm gonna go." I was like, "I would love to, but I'm not single." And she goes, "Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad you're an honest guy." She goes, "Have a nice day," and drove off. And mind you, I had no idea that this was going to end up being like a thing. But it was just the fact that it was her. But it was like that. But the funniest thing that I've ever seen in the trunk was a group of girls walk in and they go, "Howard," I'm like, "Yeah, I need to check the trunk for you though." And they go, "Do you have to?" I go, "Yeah, but I have to. It's just part of my job." She goes, I'm like, "If there's someone back there, they're going to jump off. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to punch them. Like, you scare me, I'm going to punch you." She goes, "It's not that, but please don't laugh at what you see back there." I was like, okay. I walk back there, open the trunk. It's a box. It's about, we'll say, 6 by 6 in a cube. 6 by 6 by 6 by 6. And it's on the box it says, "How to give a good blowjob."
She got it. She got information. Oh, Shit.
And I think they were going to a bachelorette party, but I closed the trunk and was like, have a good night. Story doesn't end there. 3 cars later, guy comes in with his friends and he's like, oh, like blah blah blah. I checked the trunk. He had a blow up doll in there. So I'm hoping, like beyond hopes, that Bad Blowjob Girl and blow up doll guy got together and had really awkward bad sex.
Yeah, right.
Ridiculous.
So okay, can you remember the worst customer you've ever had, Jamie?
Well, I had a really bad customer at my work now a couple years ago, and she was terrible. And she, so she asked for an extra chilled martini, so I bring in an extra chilled, and the bartender makes it right in front of me, and I immediately take it and I bring it over to her table, and as I go to put it down, she looks at me and she thrusts it back at me, like spills it on me, and she goes, "This isn't even cold. You know what? I'll just take a Chardonnay." Like, I'm just like incompetent, so I'm like, okay, so I like pick up the martini and I like put the tray down like by my side, and like the liquid that she's just sloshed back at me drips onto the floor, and she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I have no idea what she's even talking about because I'm like scared at this point. She's like an old grandma. I'm just like scared.
Whenever, and I'm pretty sure we've all been there, whenever someone looks at you and goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" it is never that important.
Right? So I just like stared at her. So like whatever, the manager came over and she's like yelling at the manager about me, and she's like, "Yeah," she spills water all over the floor, and then she's just looking at me like I'm like a crazy person. Like, "Yeah, lady," goes, "You are," you know. But probably my worst guest of all time. This is actually so stupid, but it just like hurt my feelings a lot. And if they're listening, then I hope they die. But so I was working at the Olive Garden, and they came in. They wanted like some certain beer or something that we didn't have, and they were like, "Oh, blah blah," like Smoky Bones has it, and I was like, "Yeah, they probably do, and it's probably cheaper because Smoky Bones has fucking specials all the time on alcohol, you know."
So it sounds like you're still being a nice and respectable and professional.
Yeah, like we don't have it. Like they probably do. You're right. So at the end, they paid with a credit card, and you know, they got everything they ordered, and I checked on them and whatever. At the end, in the tip line, they wrote "Get a personality," and I cried about that. I went home and cried about that. I was like, I didn't realize I had to be their best friend. Like, you know, like I was so upset. It really bothered me.
Because it's at that point, it's like, what do you do? Because what you want to do is what you can't do because that'll get you fired.
Yeah.
So sometimes, literally, all you can do is either punch a wall or cry.
It's like so you didn't tip me anything, but you still ate your food and were fine with it. But you couldn't even just leave it with no tip. You had to insult me. You know what I'm saying? You had to like make me feel bad about myself because I wasn't like a fucking comedian entertainer at your table. I didn't get up and table dance for you. I'm sorry. And I also didn't have that beer.
I never got that. It's like, that's one thing I never got about like certain places. There are certain staples. Like every bar, every restaurant should have a Bud Light. That's a staple. I think that almost might even be worldwide. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Coors Light, Middle Light, fine, whatever. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to bars looking for like some random beer that like I can only get in like Saskatchewan on like the third blue moon of the fourth year or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or even like wine. Like, what's a staple wine? Like Zinfandel would be a wine every bar should have, or every restaurant should have, right?
We don't have white Zinfandel at my work. Like we do, but it's not on the menu.
Yeah, it's like you might have like a Vino or a Sauvignon or whatever.
We have Sauvignon Blanc, yeah. We only carry rosé in the summer, but we're like a fancy place, so.
Yeah, but again, fancy place you only have, so there's a certain expectation. But like beer is not fancy. Like you have Jameson, I'm assuming.
Whiskey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every bar restaurant should have Jameson or some equivalent to that. Like if you say whiskey, it's like, you know, we don't have Jameson, but we have this. Oh, we don't have Coke, but we have Pepsi.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like there's.
We don't have Guinness, but we always have a nitro stout, which is what Guinness is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I bet you most people don't even realize that like is the same thing.
Yeah.
So they're like cocky douches about it because they're
You don't have Guinness? No, I don't have Guinness. Sorry.
It's funny. One of the things I found out when I was working at Shaw's in Star Market, where the only difference is the bottling company. Like, obviously, Coke and Pepsi, there's a difference in taste. But a lot of times, there's no real difference between Sierra and Mr. Sprite. There's no real difference between Mountain Dew and Mountain Cold or whatever, 24 or something.
Yeah. Oh, I used to love the Walmart brand of Mountain Dew. It was like Mountain Holler, maybe. It was like something like that. Papa used to get it. It was really good. Walmart brand of ghetto generic soda is actually pretty good. In case anybody's wondering. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, and it's funny. I don't think people realize, other than Purdue, can anyone name any real other meat company?
No. Like, well, I know my turkey.
Brook. Yeah.
Was it Shady Brook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a local?
Shady Brook.
But is that a local thing now?
I don't know.
I
It's just
don't
for the
know.
turkey.
And like, the other one is the green one. I can't think of the name of it.
But that's the point. You can't even think of the name of it. But like in terms of like, there are certain things like, you know, like cereal. Like Frosted Flakes is not fucking frosted whatever. Though there's a big difference in cereal. But for the most part, most things are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. You know what else is like? You have to get name brand. Saran wrap, like the plastic wrap, you need to get name brand and aluminum foil. Well, maybe not aluminum foil. Aluminum foil not so much, but saran wrap.
I was giving Maria this look because she knows why. She said aluminum foil. She said aluminum foil is one of those things that you don't need name brands of.
He literally, we had this conversation.
Yesterday.
In the supermarket, and I was like, no, like the store brand one is fine. And
Yeah,
it was like buy two get one. It was like a mega fucking deal.
You know, at first I said you do need the name brand, but I was like, wait, no, aluminum foil, no, you can get it.
Mike was like,
but
no,
saran wrap, the plastic.
No,
wrap,
you need the real saran wrap.
Yeah.
The plastic wrap sucks. The like fake.
Yeah, it doesn't even stick.
But the aluminum foil, like Mark was like, no, we need Reynolds wrap, and I was like, no, it's fucking tin foil. We just use it to line the pan.
And it's not even made out of tin.
Secretly, it's because the last name is Reynolds.
You're an asshole.
I am. But certain things are just the same. It's like so. But it's funny. But we're talking about like customers and stuff like that. You know what I've noticed? My favorite bar is Clark's. My favorite bar is Clark. My other favorite bar was The Place for two separate reasons. When I went to The Place, it was like I knew all the bartenders. I seen them all the time, and they were really good at recognizing people. So when I walked in and I wanted a Long Island iced tea when I didn't know how to drink, like I would get fucked up off of two. Like, you know what I mean? And then when I order a third, they're like, yeah, we'll get right on that. But they knew, like, all right, Mark's a little fucked up. Let's wait a little while for him. So they knew me. You know what I mean? And like Dre, who I think is the world's greatest bartender ever, he used to get me trashed. Like, we would, like, one day, me, Diddy, and my name is Jeff. He went to a bar one day, and he was like, which one you got laid the most recent? And it was me, because I was dating Maria. And then it was Jeff, because Jeff was a whore. And Lavelle was single at the time. And it was like, so Lavelle had been the longest since Lavelle got laid. So he had a bottle of Jose Cuervo, told Lavelle to open his mouth, and was pouring Jose Cuervo down his mouth. Yeah. Get the party started. Now, like, he probably paid for that bottle, but everyone else is probably acting up. It's like, oh, now he's gonna do that, we're all gonna get fucked up. And they were printing money in this place. But the flip side of that is Clark's. The place is closed now, unfortunately, but Clark's is still open. Clark's is one of the few bars where the women and men do not have to dress scantily to get people to come in. They service a certain...
It's like a neighborhood bar. That's what it reminds me of. But in downtown Boston.
Yeah, it's essentially a neighborhood
like
bar.
a townie bar.
Yeah, but the only thing about it is, it's just like they have a back bar, the regular bar. There's no real dancing area. They do private parties. They do things like that. They have all the stupid trivia nights and things like that.
It's where like all the like I feel like the white collar, like lower white collar though, like workers coming.
No, because there's a lot of where I work at. There's a lot of the high end like millionaires who still go there. Do you remember one night somebody sent us both over a shot of whiskey and then waved at us? Mm-hmm. That guy's worth 7 figures.
Why aren't we best friends with him?
Huh?
Why aren't we best friends with him?
He was he's one of the nicest guys I ever met. And every day he's coming, hey Marco, what's going on? And blah, blah, blah. He would see me in the street and still acknowledge me as like someone he knew as a regular person.
Like as a person?
Yeah. And like if I seen him at a bar, I would send him a beer and like, give him a salute. If he seen me first, he would send me a shot of whiskey. When Christmas time came around, he always got me a bottle of whiskey because his girlfriend, who might be his wife now, worked at Jameson. And he would just give me a bottle of whiskey. But I've also noticed that people who earn their money are a lot nicer than people who've inherited their money.
Yeah, true.
So, I think I don't know if I've ever had like a customer so bad that like I can consider like the worst.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely wished terrible things on many people.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
My homegirl Denise, she has one. She goes, I vehemently detest anyone that comes in 2 minutes before we close and makes themselves comfortable.
That's the worst fucking possible
worst
thing you can do ever.
You know what I do at my work? And I know I'm not supposed to do this, but when people are, they feel like they're just going to hang out forever and then we've been closed, and I will let people know. Like, people come in at 8:50, I'm like, oh, just so you know, if you want to eat food, the kitchen closes in 10 minutes. So I have to have your order in by then. And, like, the chefs love me. The chefs are like, I can't believe you say that. I'm like...
Because it's the fucking truth.
Yeah, like, they need to start shutting shit down. Like, we're not going to fucking stay here all night for you two fucking assholes.
They have to clean the ground. The stuff that needs to be done.
So I'm like, I'll, like, straight up be like, you want it?
Order it now. Spit it out, bitch.
Yeah, like, figure it out quick. But, yeah, no, I hate that. But I will... if it's my tables or even if it's other people's tables, we dim the lights when it's dinner time. I will go over and slowly raise the lights, like every couple of minutes. I'll just go and like raise them a little bit more, so the manager doesn't notice. Nobody notices that I'm doing it, but the customers notice, and they'll all of a sudden be like, "Oh,
closing time,"
and they'll get up and they'll leave. And I know we're not supposed to do that, but come on.
Denise also has. Another one, which is actually one, I'll have to edit her name out. But she said, I had someone tell me they'd never shop at my store again because they aren't prudes, but we have cards with the words FUCK on them. Everything with squares on or in it comes with a big ass pink sticker that says proceed with a sense of humor. Guess they missed that part. Right? So shout out to DT because she's one of the few people who like listens consistently, so shout out to you. You know who you are.
We actually, so last week at my work, it deals with both those things kind of. Last week at my work, 2 girls that work at my work came in, like
as customers.
Yeah, as customers, already drunk, with like 2 of their friends, like right at closing, So they're trying to order espresso martinis. And the kid that was waiting on them went up to the manager and was like, hey, so-and-so came in. They've definitely already been drinking somewhere else. Like not saying that she's drunk, but like kind of alluding to it. But the manager was like, man, I don't care. Like, it's not my work. So the bartender, when they get the slip, looks at it and goes, are you fucking kidding me? 2 people that work here coming in like 5 minutes before we close, knowing that I'm trying to get all these people out of here and they think they're going to drink espresso martinis. She ripped it up and she threw it away.
Good.
Yeah, and so this girl's friend.
2 minutes before you leave, you order
like you fucking order a beer.
You order a beer or a shot. You order a beer or a shot, and you go back.
Or like you just don't even go because you fucking work here. Don't be a piece of shit. So this girl's friend, who's like from out of town or whatever, she's like, I want to talk to the manager. She's like, I live in New York and I will never come back here. And so Raul tells me this, and I'm like, did you tell her, well, like, we didn't fucking expect you to, bitch, because you live in fucking New York. Like, what are you trying to threaten us with? You don't live in the fucking state.
And, like, New York, like, stays up until, like, 5 a.m., but, like, this isn't New York.
No, and it's just, like, so funny, like, you're threatening that. Like, are you... No. Get the fuck out of here,
I love that. I was like, oh, I'll never come... I love when people say that, I will never come back here. My favorite is just to give them the shrug, like...
Bye. Don't.
Don't care.
We don't want you back here.
So wait, did she actually proceed to like yell at your manager?
Yeah.
Did somebody go get the manager?
No, I left. Yeah, somebody went and finally got mad. I just left. I was like, I'm not part of this. And then that's when me and Teresa went to another bar to have a drink, and then 2 of them ended up showing up there, and they were like drunk, and the bartender was like, "Who's your ride?" And she's like, "Oh, I have a driver." And he was like, "I saw you walk in here yourself." Like, wouldn't let us give her a ride home, so I just left. Bye. Talking about the first time she ever gave a hand job to somebody, like screaming it at the bar. I was like, "I've had 1 drink. Can I get my tab? Thank you." Like,
I'm gonna see y'all later.
right? I worked all night.
I'll see if I can find this picture and send it to you, Jamie. But one of my favorite moments ever, I was working at the Gap, and this woman was just going off on me.
It's funny that you worked at the Gap.
I worked at the Gap.
Why is that funny, Jamie?
I worked at the Gap. I do not look like someone who should be working at the Gap. I worked at the Gap outlet. Let me just say that.
You had to wear all their clothes too,
He
right?
was the outlet brand.
Kinda. We couldn't wear anything with like logos on them unless it was like a Gap logo.
You don't remember though? Mark used to never even wear like jeans half the time. He always wore button-ups. Think about when I
Would you wear khakis?
Yeah.
No,
You did wear khakis.
I did. I wore like khaki.
Now no one wears
Cargo
khakis.
khaki.
Cargo pants.
Yeah.
Mark loved a nice cargo.
Cargo khakis and boots.
Or he would wear like jeans and button-ups. It was because of the Gap. He didn't let me in on the dorkdom until like a while in. And then once he unleashed it, he was like, "I'm free."
Right,
And now
too
we have the
far
Mark
in.
we have
Right.
now.
Now I dress like fucking Dean Winchester.
But the first time, when I first started dating Mark, he actually always like dressed really, really nice.
But when we're going out places, I have a few button-ups I can
Mark's
wear.
like, "Hey, I'm not always a bum."
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still put on a button-up.
Sometimes I put on a button-up.
Coming from the girl who got excited because yoga pants became part of fashion.
Right.
Acceptable women's fashion. I can wear leggings anywhere.
See, I do. Most of it's crazy that I am wearing jeans today, but I usually don't. But I
always wear
When I see you in jeans,
Yeah.
I was like, doesn't she normally wear yoga pants?
Well, you know what though? I wear yoga pants to work out all the time, so it's like gotta wear something different, you know.
Change it up.
I feel like every single day I wear the same thing. I wake up in the morning, I put on my yoga pants, I go work out, shower. Well, probably not usually. Well, because I work out twice. So sometimes I don't sometimes I will work out. I'll shower in between the 2 workouts, but it doesn't make sense. But like the
I'm
first
not gonna
workout
lie,
is like so much.
sometimes I leave the gym and I go, underarm sniff. No, I'm good.
If I don't sweat profusely, I don't shower.
Wafting?
Yeah, no.
No ball wafting?
No, I'm sure that
I do some ball wafting, but thankfully my balls don't stink. So one of the greatest.
It's like, yeah, this is gonna stink forever, regardless. But like, if I don't sweat, like if I'm not like pouring sweat, I won't shower. Like,
so I'm pretty sure you've understood this when a customer, because I was a supervisor at the time, and this woman was just like relentless, and she goes, "I want to speak to the supervisor." I looked at her and smiled, and I went, "I am the supervisor." And the look on her face as she slammed all the clothes down and walked away filled me with so much joy. I might have come on everything.
my moment like that is so at my work, because it's like a weird fancy place. There's a certain time of the day where lunch is over and dinner has not began, and there's only a very, very short menu. Okay. And I love telling people, yeah, that's all we got right now. And they're like, what? Are you kidding? This is like 6 things. I'm like, well, yeah.
That's your option.
If you want, dinner starts in an hour. I can bring the menu over. You can check it out for a while. For an hour. But I love being like, yeah, sorry, this is all we have right now. Because the kitchen is like essentially like prepping for the dinner, yeah, whatever. But like, I love telling people no. I'm like, nope, sorry. Wish I could, but nope.
You can have the tilapia, ma'am.
We don't. No, it's not even like fish. It's like you can get like pizzas, a Cuban sandwich. It's not much. There's not even salad. It's not even a salad.
Cuban sandwiches are awesome.
Yeah, Cuban sandwich actually at my work.
It's like pure pork, but it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like pork, bacon. Is that what it is? Pork and bacon? Pork. I know it's like sliced pork.
Pickles, mustard.
Oh, ham. Pork and ham.
Yeah, pork and ham.
Well, I know, but like it's like at my work, it's like a piece of like pork loin, like a slice,
yeah,
and then there's ham on it, and then like cheese and pickles and like the mustard stuff, and they make it a panini.
I don't think I've ever.
There's a place, and it's in a panini. There's this place next to my job called Bailey and Sage. They make really good salads, but they also make an amazing Cuban sandwich. But the sandwich is just enough. Like, it's not so much that you're like, oh my god, I'm stuffed. But it's just enough that, like, you eat it for lunch and, like, you're satisfied without the itis for the rest of the day. But, oh, man. I customers suck. What was it? What's the phrase from Clerks? This job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
And then you wouldn't have a job, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's how I make my money.
Shitty customers.
Yeah, so I'm like, you're just gonna be a good ass licker and
Wrong episode.
Make your money. No, I always like being in like the food service industry. Like, well, working off tips is like being like a stripper. You're definitely selling yourself and the food for money.
Here's a good one. What is the hierarchy with waitress, bartender, stripper? Who do you think makes the most money?
Oh, strippers for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think in terms of like on top.
Sex sells, man. Like,
No, but I'm talking about at the end of the night when they have to give
even
their
if
half
you're
to
gross, you're making money
Yeah.
because like dudes like just
No. But I'm talking about what they go home with at the end of the night on top of like. You think so?
strippers. Why do you think
Yeah.
people strip? You can strip one night and make like
I would assume
Like
bartenders.
$1,000. Yeah, like
I would assume
$1,000.
bartenders would make more money. Than
No.
No. As a stripper, like literally, you can take home easily $1,000.
Yeah, the bartenders at my work make more
And
than the
a night-
servers, but like not. You know, I might make like $250. Maybe they'll make like $350. You know,
And a bartender.
and there's no strippers at my work. but if
Because
there
you
were-
have to consider, if you're sitting at a bar, if you're a person sitting at a bar, you automatically always tip the bartender for like every drink that you get. Like, it's not like when you're sitting at a table ordering food. I feel like that's why bartenders make like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because it's not like when you're sitting at a table eating food and it all comes at once and you get the bill all at once, and then when you're drinking drinks, you tip per drink. So you automatically always.
As opposed you're tipping
Yes.
her ass, vagina, and titty that's out.
Well, I mean, no. Naked's naked. Naked wins everything.
No, I've seen some naked. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but that naked still probably brings home $600 that
Right.
night. Because just because it's not your naked doesn't mean it's not somebody
Let me
else's
tell you,
naked.
if I could strip, I'd strip.
I've seen some, like, unattractive women make really good money stripping.
I've seen, there was Alex's. I see
Well,
this.
Alex's.
All right, Alex.
Alex's.
I might have to edit that out. I don't want them fucking problems, those fucking mobsters. There was this one woman. Actually, no, this is before the mobsters started working there. There was this one girl. And I say girl. I looked at her and I was like disgusted. Me and all my friends were we looked directly at each other every time she was on stage because she looked like she was 15.
Yeah, but like
And
some people
people
are
are-
into that.
No.
That's what Jenna Jameson made her career on.
But hear me
She
out.
sounds like a
but
child.
But no, she didn't have titties. She didn't have ass. She had like this young face, and we were all just looking at each other, going, "This is disgusting. This is disgusting."
But
this is
people are
disgusting.
tipping her.
But then she would get off stage and she'd put her arms around one of us and go, "Do you want to dance?" And we would see this wad of fucking ones that she just made, and we're like, "Oh my god, who gets a lap dance from you?" It is gross.
But there's a market for everything.
Yeah.
She reaches a specific clientele.
Look, man, I am into some weird shit when it comes to my porn, but none of them deals with a woman who looks like she's underdeveloped. That's gross.
Well, no, it is gross.
You're not going for illegal? That's not your kink?
You don't like 12-year-olds?
You know what's funny? Even barely legal, they look 25.
Gross.
Barely legal. How old are you? I'm
But
18.
yeah, no.
I'm 18. Bitch, you're 40.
But no, I would say it would definitely be like strippers, bartenders, and waitresses.
Yeah.
In the hierarchy.
Here's a good one for you. Who do you think could get laid more who do you think can get laid easier in a night? A really good bartender or a rock star?
A rock star?
Yeah, definitely a rock star. Because I was like, the bartender could get you drunk, but...
I mean, I feel like bartenders get laid a lot because, like, girls, like, read into that shit. But
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, the bartender likes me.
Yeah, like hooks it up with the free drinks.
Yeah.
Is it
Like,
easier for a male or female bartender to get laid?
I'd probably go with male.
Yeah, It's harder for a female to put yourself out there without seeming like really trampy.
Yeah.
You know, it really is.
We had this debate recently about is it easier for an unattractive woman or an unattractive male to get laid, and I was like, it's easier for an unattractive woman to get laid than it is easier for an unattractive woman to get laid. A male to get laid.
No, I would disagree with that.
See, that's what I feel.
Yeah, I would disagree with
I feel
that.
like an ugly guy.
Because there's a lot of, like, yeah, you see people in relationships and, like, the girl's, like, beautiful and the guy's, like, gross. And you're like, oh, well, if that's all she can get, then...
I see a lot of it the other way. So, now...
so fucked up.
So, you put... Okay. So, if you put... let's say you put two... And I hate to say it like this. You take two people who are both ones on the scale of 1 to 10. And you put a male and a female and they both walk in. Right? You think it's easier for the male to get laid than it is for the female to get laid?
Yes.
They're on the same playing field.
I think it's definitely way easier for an ugly guy to get laid than an ugly woman.
Now I'm reconsidering this because I'm like, I don't know. Because some guys will just fuck anything, you know?
That's my point. That was my point.
And a lot of women do have standards, so like...
That's my thing. Like, guys will kind of fuck anything. I fucked the zero twice.
So gross.
It is what it is, man. Like, that's just how it is, though. I mean, again, I worked at a bar for a year, and I've seen some of the most unattractive dudes leave with some of the most attractive women I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, how?
Because money.
Yeah, money.
They flashed a few dollars. That's what happened there.
But the same thing with that. I've seen the same thing. I've seen unattractive women pump out money into guys, and they'll just leave with some other woman.
Yeah, because their prospect got better. So in your mind, well, I mean, this is really when you think about it. Most guys will lower their standards, yes. If at the end of the night the prospect that they have left is the ugly girl because nobody else was willing to go home. Yes, definitely. But a woman, like, if neither of them had money, like if neither the man nor the woman had money and they were just gross, then I would say that the man could get laid before.
See, I see the other way around. Like I said, I think women have higher standards when it comes to like what they're fucking.
Yeah, probably. No, I don't know.
So, to finish off the subject, my boy Cam we were talking about this whole thing about like bad customer service things in the pod like this. I had a lady get mad at me because Netflix requires an account. Not even that it was paid, just an account. And by mad, I mean it required me, a supervisor, and a manager to deal with the situation, and mad to kick her out of the store. She's threatened to bring the police into the situation. And ladies and gentlemen, that's been the Old Man Wade Show.
Right? Crazy.
Yeah, Jamie, can I get a damn it, Wade?
Damn it, Wade.
Maria, can I get a damn it, Wade?
Nope.
And welcome back to the Old Man Wade Show. I'm your host, Old Man Wade. And with me, we have my lovely, beautiful, intelligent wife, Mrs. Old Man Wade.
Hey.
Are you ever going to have any, like, real enthusiasm into this? Or
Nope.
Sweet Christmas. And to my left, we have her. Can I family relations? Or are there any like anything? Should I say that you're her cousin?
Yeah, of course you can.
Or I've already said it. And her cousin, a recurring guest, Jamie.
Eating a bowl of pasta.
As I like to call it, the most unprofessional podcast you will ever listen to. This might be a short one. This might be a long one. But I might just call this one "People Suck."
Very true.
Me and Jamie kind of work in. I work in a customer service capacity. I'm essentially a goon. I'm going to leave it at that. And I deal with people every day. Jamie works in a industry that deals with customers, and I won't say where or what you do, just in case someone wants to get all hostage and go, "I can't believe you said that about our fine customers," even though they probably suck too. So, let's talk about tipping.
Always 20%.
Always 20%. So, as a black male, I always tip. All right, if I buy a $4 beer they get $5.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. Now, here is my problem, and this is a problem a lot of other black males have, because there's a stigma that black people do not do what?
Tip.
And unfortunately, it's kind of true. But thankfully, I hang around with a lot of guys who do. But what do you do if you have a person who is just, if you have a waiter or a waitress who's just terrible?
I still, my daughter gets mad at me. I still tip 20%. And she's like, Mom, you're just encouraging them to suck. I'm like,
But it's like that underlying guilt that this is like how this person makes
yeah,
money.
no, totally.
I get it. I have definitely been in that situation where I'm like, do I really want to give them a fucking tip? Because like they suck. They're a horrible service. But if I don't,
Yeah,
I'm going to be looked at like I'm cheap.
Chili's the other day, and we were like, I didn't have that much time because I had to go to work myself, and so we were like eating, and I was done, and I had already paid through a little kiosk thing that they have on the table, and I was just waiting for the lady to come back so I could ask for a box. I'm like, I've already paid and tipped you. Please just come back so I can have a box so I can leave. Like,
But see, that's my thing. It's like, I'll give you a perfect example. There was one time me and Maria were at Uno's, and we spent a good 30 minutes waiting, not waiting for our food, waiting for our waitress to actually even acknowledge we were there.
oh, that'd be bullshit.
We actually, if you still have the memory box, we drew a picture of Randall the rabbit. And like I would draw a piece, she would draw a piece, and we spent 30 minutes drawing this picture. And when the waitress finally got there, she was rude.
I'm like, bitch, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I was like, fuck, I have to tip because if I don't, I'm not sure if I did or Maria did, but one of us went to the manager and was like, it was like, look, normally we tip, but this waitress was absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I was like, normally I don't. And I have the worst I think I've ever had was Maria has. Have you ever been to Fire and Ice?
No.
Fire and Ice essentially is the wait staff doesn't really do much. They bring you drinks.
I'm weird about buffets, so that's why I think I've never been there.
It's not even. It kind of
It's a buffet.
Yeah, it kind of is a buffet. But they bring you drinks and stuff like that, and so it's not really I'm not going to say it's not a difficult job because obviously waiting on people, depending on the type of personalities you're dealing with, it's still a difficult job.
But they're not bringing you food. They're just bringing you drinks.
Yeah. So it was like the end of the night. There was really no one there, and my buddy was like, "Oh, he wanted a beer." They gave him the wrong beer. He took a sip. He was like, "This isn't the beer I wanted. Can I have another beer?" Guy gave him a bit of an attitude. Then he brought him another beer, and you know what it's like when the keg's empty. It's off. And he said, "Well, this beer is still off." He goes, "I'm not trying to be an asshole, but this isn't. If I'm going to pay for a beer, I want the beer I want." He was real polite about it, and he was just like, kind of like, "Ugh." And I looked at him like, "Motherfucker, you have." I was drinking lemonade. I wasn't even drinking that night. So I was like, whatever. So I raising the hand, trying to get attention to the waiter, and he's talking to the what's the person you greet? The greeter? I'm not sure.
The host.
The host.
The host. Thank you. And he's talking to the host, and I'm like, hey, and he puts his finger up like, wait a second, and I went, oh, fuck this.
I do that to people sometimes. I call it giving people the finger, and I put up the wait a minute finger.
But see,
I gave him the finger. Wait a minute. But I wouldn't do it in that situation. Like, usually it's like when I've like been at a table a million times, and they like don't want me, and I'm like literally talking at a table next to them, and they're like, "Miss," and I'm like, wait.
But see, I would understand that because you're dealing with another customer at the time.
Yeah.
Like if I saw you dealing with a customer and I said like, hey, and you said, give me a second, I'd be like, I'll give you a thumbs up. That's just etiquette, person to person. He was talking to the hostess, like leaning on the table, and you could tell he was kind of flirting with her, and she was like kind of like fuddling the paper.
Oh God.
Like leave me the fuck alone, you goddamn creep. So I was like, okay, I'm done. So I flagged down another waitress. I said, look, and I explained to her what was going on. I was like, he wants this, I want this. Is there any way you can make this possible? She goes, absolutely, I'll take care of it. So I was like, can we have you as our waitress from now? And she was like, I really can't. And I said, what if I moved to the next table over?
Right.
And she was like the nicest person ever. And at the end of the night, they were like, what are we tipping? I said, I'm not tipping him fucking anything. And they were like, well, you have to. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. So at the end of the night, I went right up to the woman and I said, here's $15. Here's what he was supposed to get. I'm giving it to you. She goes, well, I can't take this. I said, where's your table? She goes, over there. I walked over there, put it on the table. I said, what happens after that's not my problem. And I walked away because that was the absolute worst.
Yeah, I mean, I always tip 20%, but then it also does annoy me when people like it's like being a waitress is like, yeah, it is a hard job, but it's not really that hard. And I don't understand like when I go to restaurants, like when I don't get good service, because it's like all being a waitress is, or waiter, you know, for a man, is like listening to what someone asks for and then bringing it to them in a timely manner, you know? And I feel like if you can't handle doing that, like, how do you breathe? Like, how do you do anything? Like,
we went to the 50s diner a couple of days ago, and our food came out super fast. And the woman was like, sorry it took so long. And I thought she was being sarcastic. And I was like, oh, it took so long. She goes, yeah, they burnt the first one. I was like, oh no, I was being sarcastic. That was actually really fast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you spilled something on your sweater.
Yeah.
On a sweater. She came back, soda water, the whole 9 yards. Like, just above and beyond.
yeah.
But she was servicing at least 5 or 6 other tables. Like stop there, go there, stop there, go there.
It was like a breakfast place.
And so I'm like, wow, like, she's amazing. So I tipped her over 20%. I was like, all right, well, like, then I made sure here, this is yours. You are amazing. But I don't understand how people don't, and this is, but as Maria says, this is your job. How are you at least not putting on the front?
Yeah, like when people are rude,
It's
like
the effort.
maybe I'm a psychopath in the kitchen when I like hate somebody, but to their face, obviously, I'm like,
Oh, you should see like some woman came to me and she was like this rude as hell, and she felt bad, and she goes, "I'm so sorry." I said, "Don't worry, I'm just gonna talk about you when you leave."
right?
And she laughed, and she goes, and she laughed and walked away, and then she walked away and go, "Oh yeah, that woman over there," and she laughed and walked away. Did I talk about it when she left? Oh, absolutely. But like, you know, my job was to make sure this customer comes back. That was my job at the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? My job now is to make sure that the tenants of my building are okay with the goons that they have in place to make sure to do what they're supposed to do. I'm essentially a glorified concierge. You know what I mean? So while I would like to tell when a person goes, hurry up, I would like to go, oh, go fuck yourself. You left your badge at home. It's not my problem. I was okay, how can I passive aggressively do this without getting in trouble? I just go slower.
Right.
I'm not. But I don't get, like, you've worked in the service industry. Like, why are waiters and waitresses assholes knowing that this affects their tips?
I don't know. I honestly don't, because like there obviously are a lot of people in my work that are like that, and I'm like, it's like people like get discouraged because like they're having like a bad day themselves or whatever, or like maybe they like really need the money and they're like it's not like busy, and it's like having an attitude like this is just gonna affect you negatively. Like, you know, like when you go up to every single table and you're like in a pissed off mood because you're like not making any money, like you're not gonna make any money off that table because like you're not like friendly. Like, I don't know, like I try to like always stay somewhat friendly when I'm like somewhat. I've definitely been rude to people. I definitely have, but I feel like they asked for it. Some of them.
I don't think there's a person in the world who can say they've never been angry at someone in the service industry. I honestly don't think I think it's impossible to have at least once said to someone, like this one guy, he asked me, he was a visitor, and I don't have to sign visitors. I don't have to. I can, but I don't have to. So I'm looking him up. He's not in my system. So I'm like, all right, I don't really feel like going the extra effort. You're already supposed to be going to the visitor's desk. So go to the visitor's desk. I said, sir, unfortunately you're not in my system. You need to go to the... And before I could finish the sentence, he snatches his ID out of his hand and walks away.
Like, okay, bye. Go die on your way home.
Normally.
That's usually what I think. That's usually definitely what I think.
99.9% of the time, I don't say anything. This one time I went, okay, well, go fuck yourself too. And I went, oh shit, I said that out loud. But it's just like, dude, if this was your job, how would this be any different than...
No, I'm a psychopath, and when I wait on people that are like literally terrible to me, I like hope they pay with a credit card. Because I look at their name, and then I look them up, and I like I've never done it, but I dream to myself about going to their place of work and making their life terrible. You know?
Fair.
Like, I would love to actually do that.
No, seriously. You know, just like go and just be a fucking miserable bitch. Like about everything.
We've all seen Waiting, right? The movie Waiting.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everyone should be like that one angry woman. She's like, fuck, stupid fucking people. That, hi, how are you?
No,
I was gonna
that
say,
is me.
at my job, I'm like that. Like, hospitals are a business, and it's a hospitality business. You want repeat customers, so we're expected to treat patients like they're fucking, like they're gold.
What? I would treat people
So,
like crap.
that's
It's
from,
you need
like-
this hospital, bitch.
It's from the drug addicts that are homeless and living on the street up to like the CEO of companies that we get in our hospital. We're supposed to treat everyone the same. So literally, I have been walking down the hall with a coworker, being like, "This guy is such like a piece of shit." Like I had to go in there yesterday, blah blah blah, like full on blasting who they are. I'm angry and upset and pissed, and literally take a deep breath before I walk in the room and say, "Hi, my name's Maria. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I'm here to do whatever it is I have to do." And then, like, I do my business. They're fucking douchey and nasty the whole fucking time per usual. And I just say, "Have a nice day," and I walk out. And my coworker literally watched me do this one day, and she was like, "I don't understand how you so easily just turn it off and act like they're the most amazing person you ever met, even though they're like essentially calling you a piece of shit to your face." I'm like, "It's part of the job."
Yeah,
it's like what you do.
I couldn't do that. I feel like I mean, obviously, like making tips is like part of it. If somebody's really rude to me, I will literally just like stare them down. I'm like, you did not just say that, sir.
But you know what I don't get about
It's like,
that?
I do handle your food.
See, people never think about that
that's
shit.
the other thing.
I think about that shit sometimes too. Like when people are doing like absolutely cunty things, like that person has your food in their hands. Like, what is wrong with you, stupid? Like obviously, I would fucking spit in your shit.
Right,
Like,
I've never done anything like that, but
I can tell you some stories of some shit I did.
ugh.
So, Maria thought, I'll tell you the least I've done to someone, I'll tell you the worst I've done to someone. The least I did was someone came in, and I used to work for a produce department that will remain nameless. And this woman will come up to me and goes, "Do you have any name brand bananas?" And I go, "Huh?" She goes, "Do you have any name brand bananas?" I go, "Like, you mean like Ralph Lauren or Polo bananas?" I'm like, she goes, "No, like Chiquita and Dole." I'm like, "Yeah, bananas. Like, they're just bananas." She goes, "I only eat name brand bananas." I'm like,
Okay.
I don't have any name brand. I'm like, "What?" She goes,
like bananas are bananas. Who looks at the fucking sticker?
Right.
On them?
So I'm like, I don't. So I went out back because, like, for those of you who don't know, bananas are one of those things that like you constantly have to put out. I don't know what it is about people and bananas, but
Bananas
you
are
get,
good. Bananas are good.
like we used to get pallets of those. Like they will go in like a day. Like a pallet of bananas can literally go in a day. So I went back, I found some and they would come randomly. Like the box may say Dole or Chiquita, but it might be some off-brand company sticker. So I would find Dole and Chiquita stickers, I would peel them off, and I'd peel the other sticker off, and I would just put them on there. Bring them on here you go.
Right?
Dole bananas. And every week this woman would come in and go, "See, I tell you these bananas taste so much better than the other ones." And I go, "You are 100% right."
Mark just changed the fucking label.
Right? I would do it too, like, you crazy bitch.
Now,
I don't even like fruit, so I'm like, eh.
the worst I've done, this one guy came in, and he was talking about he needed a platter. Now, for fruit platters, you need 24 hours notice. And it just takes about maybe about half hour to 15 minutes to a half hour to do, sometimes an hour depending on what you need done. And the first time I did it, because it was Dan, I was like, "Cool, I'll make this for you, but we need 24 hours notice." Guy came in the next week, same thing, same day. I did it again because we were dead. I'm like, "Cool, but dude, next time you come in here, I'm not going to do this. We need 24 hours notice." He goes, "Fine." The third week he comes in, 1 week after another, it then drops the hook a brother up thing, and I went, "No, I'm not doing it. I'm absolutely not. I've told you twice already, we need 24 hours notice.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it." He went over my head, went to the customer service, went to the manager, and I told the manager, I'm like, "This is the third week he's come in here, and I told him he needs 24 hours notice." And she was just like, "Well, can you do me a favor?" I went, "Okay." I walked down there, I cut up all the fruit, I dropped some of it on the floor, I licked some of it, I put it all on this platter, I dropped some more of it, I licked some more of it. put some of that shit in my mouth, put it in the platter, locked it up there, discounted it for him. Here you go.
Right? Like, yeah, like, no, we actually have a...
But that's like fucked up because it's not like the people that he's buying this platter for did anything.
That, yeah.
But because he was pissed off at this guy. Literally, this is what makes me not want to eat things because he literally...
Sins of the father.
I can't.
Do you know what
every piece.
But you know what's funny about? But you know the funny thing about that was, there was two things he did that really.
I'm like, I don't eat fruit, so I'm still not bothered by this story.
He did two things. One, it was the hook a brother up comment that really pissed me off, and then he didn't have a conversation with me. He didn't go, look, man, they keep springing this on me. I really need your help. He wanted to play the black card. Fuck you. Then second, to go over my head and talk to a manager and have my manager make me do it? Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Seriously. I agree with that.
Like, just be honest with me. If this was going to be a weekly thing, he could literally walk into the store every week and say, if he needed this on a Wednesday, he could just have, I need a standing order for Wednesdays for platters. And all he would have to do is say, hey, I'm Joe Schmo. All right, here, Joe Schmo, here's your fruit platter. Have a good day.
Yeah, we had a somewhat similar issue at my work recently, and it's like, it happens all the time. It's like, same thing, where it's like, so these people come in, it's a contracted affair that they're like, they're doing like a business like presentation. They sign a thing a contract saying that they're going to spend $600. And and then that's how they like do the staff, and they figure out like how many people are on it and stuff like that. So what happened is that this party used to be 14 people. It went down to 3. Not my problem if no one likes you, dude. Okay. And he wanted to take steaks home because sometimes like they let him, but that's not our policy anymore. Our policy is that you can't take food home, even though we still allow him to do it every single time. And every single time, like we tell him, like
this is the last time.
Yeah, exactly. But like every single time. So this past time, obviously it was like 3 people. So he wasn't anywhere near the minimum because like even the 3 people, like they're not getting like add-ons. They're not getting lobster tails or sauces to make. They're just getting like a fucking 6-ounce fillet and that's it. And they don't really drink because it's like a business presentation. So at the end, I'm like, my manager said you can only take 4 10-ounce fillets to go. Like that's max. They're like $38 each.
Yeah.
But like he was still going to be $250 short on his minimum. So that $250, he would still have to pay it. But it just goes to the restaurant. I don't get it, so like I get it. And he just like gave me such a big attitude about it. And I'm like, dude, I don't understand it either. I'm like, let me get you a manager. Like, but like if every single time you're told the same exact thing. And then if you let us know beforehand, like, hey, it was supposed to be 14, but like now it's only going to be this many.
Could he cancel and just come in as a regular?
Yes.
Why doesn't he just...
Because he wants that private room, and
fuck him.
No, seriously.
Well, I don't. You know what I don't get about people, and this goes back to what you were saying earlier. Who's gonna go back to someone else's like business and then go? What's my favorite phrase? I don't go to your job and slap the dick out of your mouth. Like, who does that shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Everybody.
I was gonna say everybody.
People are entitled and they think that they deserve everything nowadays, and you're like, you don't. You deserve fucking shit. Just like me. We all deserve fucking shit.
No, well, I mean, that's people in general. Like, if they think that you're lower than them, they will do and say whatever they feel like saying.
Yeah.
I had a patient that I was going to draw blood on, and it's part of my job. It's part of my specialty. Like, I'm fairly good at it. And the patient, I was in the middle of getting ready to start. Like, found a vein, did everything I was supposed to do. He was a very difficult stick because of the illness that he had. Like, his veins were shit. And I was just about to stick him, and his doctor walked in, and he was like, take it off. I want him to do it. And I said... So the doctor looked at me, and this is the one time I can say, and it doesn't happen very often, the doctor actually, like, backed me up. So the doctor said, okay. And he asked me to wait, and I was like, whatever. What the fuck? So I stayed. He said, leave the tourniquet on. And he feels. And he just sticks the needle in. Blindly. Like, whatever. And he's fishing around in there.
Ugh,
and the patient is like, oh, that hurts, right? So the doctor goes, do you want me to take it out? And he was like, yeah. So he takes it out and he goes, I think this young lady knows what she's doing. I mean, she does this for a living. Maybe you should give her a chance. And the guy, like, agreed. And I, like, did it while he was talking to him. He didn't even feel it. He's talking to the doctor. I draw my blood. I take it off. I put on the Band-Aid and he goes, you're done? And I go, yeah. And the doctor goes, see, we all have specialties.
Right.
That's hers. You should think about that. It was probably the most amazing thing I'd ever had, because normally doctors are not this way. They're usually arrogant and condescending and whatever. And most of them cannot draw your blood because they have no fucking idea.
Yeah, because they don't do it. Yeah.
Because they don't do it. But, like, to actually have... And the patient, like, apologized to me. It was, like, the first time in the history of all douchedom that someone actually apologized to me and was like, you did a good job. And I was like, thanks. And I just left. But it doesn't happen, like, very often. Like, it's just...
I got a good one for you. So, I posted the question on Facebook, and my homie, Amy Briggs, she goes, where did it begin? I go, wherever. She goes, probably the dude that flipped out because we gave him 4 quarters instead of a dollar bill.
Wait, what? Like a customer?
Yeah.
Was pissed off because they got 4
quarters instead of a dollar.
You want to know how I roll? I don't even give people jingle change. You know what? Like, fuck you. Like, unless it's like 12 cents, unless it's like $30.12, like then I'll give you the $10 back out of your 40. But if it's like $30.44, you were gonna tip me anyways, weren't you? Like, I give $9 back,
and then wait for them to tip you the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it makes fucking
like,
sense to me.
Who is carrying around jingle change in their apron? No one.
Like, yeah, I don't get that shit. Like, this one, I love this story. There was this woman, we used to call her a troll. One, because she was a short, well, actually, specifically because she was a short, angry, like, bitter woman. She wasn't, like, mean or vindictive. She just didn't speak to anybody. She always had a scowl on her face, didn't wave, didn't say hi, just badged and went about her business. Every day we called her a troll. But she used to drive in the garage every morning. And at this point in time, I was working in the garage. And every morning I would smile and wave. Every morning she would just drive by. Every morning I waved, and I big joker, teeth smiling, smile and wave. And like I think the last week I worked there, same thing. I wouldn't smile. She lifted her hand to wave, looked at me, smirked a little bit. I pointed at her and smiled. She smiled and drove off. Best work day of my life.
You got her to acknowledge it.
I got her to acknowledge it. And then it was funny. There was this and it's just the random things you do that just make you happy, just like, you know, in the shitstorm of people you deal with. I was working 4 to 12 at the time, and it was we're not supposed to let vans into the garage
because they're rapey, or because they possess imminent danger.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
But like, doesn't your garage check the trunks too? They do, yeah. Right? That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't it?
You're like, I've been there before. I've stumbled through that garage.
No, I saw you one day. I was like,
I am one of those girls on the videos.
No. It was funny as hell. One day, me and you worked together, and Jamie drove in, and we kind of looked at each other for 2 seconds, and I was like, Jamie? Mark? Oh yeah, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Going out? Yeah, all right. I don't know. Have a good night. But
me and Jenna used to joke around that we were gonna like pull over before we got to the garage and like have one of us get in the trunk. So like, talk, like,
have you ever had that happen?
I'll tell you some stories about
that. Or like maybe fill the trunk with like condoms and
like random shit.
Right, like we're gonna have a party tonight.
So I'll tell you some stories about that too. This was like probably I almost cried. Like, this was so sweet. And it was like a bunch of kids. And it was like they were like, look, we're just in the neighborhood, and and they acknowledged that they saw that the sign said no vans. They acknowledged it. Which is a lot of times a lot of people just want you to know that they understand that, but they need something. They're requesting something. They're humbling themselves among the people of the people for help. And they were like, and I looked and I was like, it's a bunch of kids. So I thoroughly checked the car, brought out the fucking mirror, checked the
Al-Qaeda is full of a bunch of kids too.
Huh?
Right. Al-Qaeda is full of a bunch of kids too.
You're right, and you're 100% right. And I was one of those things where I probably shouldn't have done. And I called
Like Mark caused the Boston Marathon.
Hey, whoa! I will be editing the shit out of that. And so, like, I checked the trunk and all that. Oh shit, they could be fucking Al Qaeda in a fucking Honda. But at the end of the night, they left it around like 8 o'clock. They had dinner and they walked around Boston. And they came back up, looked for the bathroom, went to the bathroom, did what they had to do, and they drove out. And this little kid said, "Thank you, Mr. Security Guard." And it was like the sweetest thing, and it was like that made my like entire day. I had a night full of douchebags, but all I could hear in the back of my head was this little kid going, "Thank you, Mr. Security Guard," and it like made my day. Now, let's talk about the worst things I've seen in trunks. Two stick in my head. I've seen some messy trunks, but like everyone has messy, shitty trunks. That it is what it is. The two things that stick in my head was one, and you might want to look at Maria when I tell this story because I want to see her face is going to be when I say this. So we were on a break, right? But we had planned to see each other that night, right? And this went and checked the trunk, and she had Topple. Do you guys remember the game Topple?
Who had it?
Huh?
The person
she had Topple in her trunk. It's a little game. You put the thing on there, it topples, and it falls off. So, and I laughed.
Trifling hoe.
See, that's what I wanted you. That's what I wanted.
What'd she do with this Topple?
So I laughed, and she goes, "What's so funny?" I go, "This is just the fact that you have Topple in your trunk is funny to me." She goes, "Oh yeah, I know." She goes, "Well, when I'm done, do you want to come over and play later?" And I paused for a second. I was like, "I can't. I'm gonna go." I was like, "I would love to, but I'm not single." And she goes, "Oh, that's." She goes, "That's sweet. I'm glad you're an honest guy." She goes, "Have a nice day," and drove off. And mind you, I had no idea that this was gonna end up being like a thing, but it was just the fact that it was her. But it was like that. But the funniest thing that I've ever seen in the trunk was a group of girls walk in and they go, "Howard, I'm like, yeah, I need to check the trunk for you though." And they go, "Do you have to?" I go, "Yeah, I have to. It's just part of my job." She goes, I'm like, "If there's someone back there, they're gonna jump off. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna punch them. Like, you scare me, I'm gonna punch you." She goes, "It's not that, but please don't laugh at what you see back there." I was like, "Okay." I walk back there, open the trunk. It's a box. It's about, we'll say, 6 by 6 in a cube, 6 by 6 by 6 by 6. And it's on the box it says, "How to give a good blowjob."
She got information. Okay.
And I think they were going to a bachelorette party, but I closed the trunk and was like, "Have a good night." Story doesn't end there. 3 cars later, guy comes in with his friends and he's like, "Oh, blah blah blah. I checked the trunk." He had a blow-up doll in there. So I'm hoping, like beyond hopes, that Bad Blowjob Girl and blow-up doll guy got together and had really awkward bad sex.
Yeah, right.
Ridiculous.
So, okay. Can you remember the worst customer you've ever had, Jamie?
Well, I had a really bad customer at my work now a couple years ago, and she was terrible. And she, so she asked for an extra chilled martini, so I bring in an extra chilled, and the bartender makes it right in front of me, and I immediately take it and I bring it over to her table, and as I go to put it down, she looks at me and she thrusts it back at me, like spills it on me, and she goes, "This isn't even cold. You know what? I'll just take a Chardonnay." Like, I'm just like incompetent. So I'm like, okay. So I like pick up the martini and I like put the tray down like by my side, and like the liquid that she's just sloshed back at me drips onto the floor, and she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I have no idea what she's even talking about because I'm like scared at this point. She's like an old grandma. I'm just like scared.
Whenever, and I'm pretty sure we've all been there, whenever someone looks at you and goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" it is never that important.
Right? So I just like stared at her. So like whatever, the manager came over and she's like yelling at the manager about me, and she's like, "Yeah," she spills water all over the floor, and then she's just looking at me like I'm a crazy person. Like, "Yeah, lady," goes, "You are," you know. But probably my worst guest of all time. This is actually so stupid, but it just like hurt my feelings a lot. And if they're listening, then I hope they die. But, so, I was working at the Olive Garden, and they came in, they wanted, like, some certain beer or something that we didn't have. And they were like, oh, blah, blah, like, Smoky Bones has it. And I was like, yeah, they probably do, and probably cheaper. Because Smoky Bones has fucking specials all the time on alcohol, you know?
So it sounds like you're still being a nice and respectable and professional.
Yeah, like we don't have it. Like, they probably do, you're right. So at the end, they pay with a credit card, and, you know, they got everything they ordered, and I checked on them and whatever. At the end, in the tip line, they wrote, get a personality. And I cried about that. I went home and cried about that. I was like, I didn't realize I had to be their best friend. Like, you know, like, I was so upset. It really bothered me.
Because it's at that point, it's like, what do you do? Because what you want to do is what you can't do because that'll get you fired.
Yeah.
So sometimes, literally, all you can do is either punch a wall or cry.
It's like, so you didn't tip me anything, but you still ate your food and were fine with it. But you couldn't even just leave it with no tip. You had to insult me. You know what I'm saying? You had to, like, make me feel bad about myself because I wasn't, like, a fucking comedian entertainer at your table. I didn't get up and table dance for you. I'm sorry. And I also didn't have that beer.
I never got that. It's like, that's one thing I never got about, like, certain places. There are certain staples. Like, every bar, every restaurant should have a Bud Light. That's a staple. I think that almost might even be worldwide. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Coors Light, Miller Light, fine, whatever. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to bars looking for, like, some random beer that, like, I can only get in, like, Saskatchewan on, like, the third blue moon of the fourth year or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or even, like, wine. Like, what's a staple wine? Like, Zinfandel would be a wine every bar should have, or every restaurant should have, right?
We don't have white Zinfandel at my work. Like, we do, but it's not on the menu.
Yeah, but it's like you might have, like, a Vino or a Sauvignon or whatever.
We have Sauvignon Blanc, yeah. We only carry rosé in the summer, but we're, like, a fancy place, so...
Yeah, but again, fancy place, you only have, so there's a certain expectation. But, like, beer is not fancy. Like, you have Jameson, I'm assuming.
Whiskey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every bar restaurant should have Jameson, or some equivalent to that. Like, if you say whiskey, it's like, you know, we don't have Jameson, but we have this. Oh, we don't have Coke, but we have Pepsi.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's...
We don't have Guinness, but we always have a nitro stout, which is what Guinness is.
Yeah,
so...
Yeah, but you know what it is? I bet you most people don't even realize that like, is the same thing.
Yeah.
So they're, like, cocky douches about it because they're
You don't have Guinness? No, I don't have Guinness. Sorry.
It's funny, one of the things I found out when I was working at Shaw's in Star Market where the only difference is the bottling company. Like, obviously Coke and Pepsi, there's a difference in taste. But a lot of times, there's no real difference between Sierra Mist and Sprite. There's no real difference between Mountain Dew and Mountain Cold or whatever, Store 24 or something.
Yeah. Oh, I used to love the Walmart brand of Mountain Dew. It was like Mountain Holler, maybe. It was like something like that. Papa used to get it. It was really good. Walmart brand of ghetto generic soda is actually pretty good. In case anybody's wondering. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, and it's funny. I don't think people realize, other than Purdue, can anyone name any real other meat company?
No. Like, well, I know my turkey.
Brook. Yeah.
What did you say, Shady Brook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a local?
Shady Brook.
But is that a local thing now?
I don't know.
I
It's just
don't
for the
know.
turkey.
And, like, the other one is the green one. I can't think of the name of it.
But that's the point. You can't even think of the name of it. But like in terms of like, there are certain things like, you know, like cereal. Like Frosted Flakes is not fucking frosted whatever. Though there's a big difference in cereal. But for the most part, most things are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. You know what else is like? You have to get name brand. Saran wrap, like the plastic wrap, you need to get name brand and aluminum foil. Well, maybe not aluminum foil. Aluminum foil not so much, but Saran wrap.
I was giving Maria this look because she knows why. She said aluminum. She said aluminum foil is one of those things that you don't need name brands of.
Literally, we had this conversation.
Yesterday.
In the supermarket, and I was like, no, like the store brand one is fine. And
Yeah,
it was like buy two get one. It was like a mega fucking deal.
You know, at first I said you do need the name brand, but I was like, wait, no, aluminum foil, no, you can get it.
Mike was like,
but
no,
saran wrap, the plastic. wrap,
you need the real saran wrap.
Yeah.
The plastic wrap sucks. The like fake.
Yeah, it doesn't even stick.
But the aluminum foil, like Mark was like, no, we need Reynolds wrap, and I was like, no, it's fucking tin foil. We just use it to line the pan.
And it's not even made out of tin.
Secretly, it's because the last name is Reynolds.
You're an asshole.
I am. But certain things are just the same. It's like so. But it's funny. But we're talking about like customers and stuff like that. You know what I've noticed? My favorite bar is Clark's. My favorite bar is Clark. My other favorite bar was The Place for two separate reasons. When I went to The Place, it was like I knew all the bartenders. I seen them all the time, and they were really good at recognizing people. So when I walked in and I wanted a Long Island iced tea when I didn't know how to drink, like I would get fucked up off of two. Like, you know what I mean? And then when I order a third, they're like, yeah, we'll get right on that. But they knew, like, all right, Mark's a little fucked up. Let's wait a little while for him. So they knew me. You know what I mean? And like Dre, who I think is the world's greatest bartender ever, he used to get me trashed. Like, we would, like, one day, me, Diddy, and my name is Jeff. He went to a bar one day, and he was like, which one you got laid the most recent? And it was me, because I was dating Maria. And then it was Jeff, because Jeff was a whore. And Lavelle was single at the time. And it was like, so Lavelle it had been the longest since Lavelle got laid. So he had a bottle of Jose Cuervo, told Lavelle to open his mouth, and was pouring Jose Cuervo down his mouth. Yeah. Get the party started. Now, like, he probably paid for that bottle, but everyone else is probably acting up. It's like, oh, now that he's gonna do that, we're all gonna get fucked up. And they were printing money in this place. But the flip side of that is Clark's. The place is closed now, unfortunately, but Clark's is still open. Clark's is one of the few bars where the women and men do not have to dress scantily to get people to come in. They service a certain...
It's like a neighborhood bar. That's what it reminds me of. But in downtown Boston.
Yeah, it's essentially a neighborhood
like
bar.
A townie bar.
Yeah, but the only thing about it is, it's just like they have a back bar, the regular bar. There's no real dancing area. They do private parties. They do things like that. They have all the stupid trivia nights and things like that.
It's where like all the like I feel like the white collar, like lower white collar though, like workers come in.
No, because there's a lot of where I work at. There's a lot of the high end like millionaires who still go there. Do you remember one night somebody sent us both over a shot of whiskey and then waved at us? Mm-hmm. That guy's worth 7 figures.
Why aren't we best friends with him?
Huh?
Why aren't we best friends with him?
He's one of the nicest guys I ever met. And every day he was coming, hey Marco, what's going on? And blah, blah, blah. He would see me in the street and still acknowledge me as like someone he knew as a regular person.
Like as a person?
Yeah. And like if I seen him at a bar, I would send him a beer and like, you know, give him a salute. If he see me first, he would send me a shot of whiskey. When Christmas time came around, he always got me a bottle of whiskey because his girlfriend, who might be his wife now, worked at Jameson, and he would just give me a bottle of whiskey. But I've also noticed that people who earn their money are a lot nicer than people who've inherited their money.
Yeah, true.
So, I think I don't know if I've ever had like a customer so bad that like I can consider like the worst.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely wished terrible things on many people.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
My homegirl, Denise, she has one. She goes, I vehemently detest anyone that comes in 2 minutes before we close and makes themselves comfortable.
That's the worst fucking possible thing you can do ever.
You know what I do at my work? And I know I'm not supposed to do this, but when people are... They feel like they're just going to hang out forever, and we've been closed. And I will let people know. Like, people come in at 8:50, I'm like, oh, just so you know, if you want to eat food, the kitchen closes in 10 minutes. So I have to have your order in by then. And, like, the chefs love me. The chefs are like, I can't believe you say that. I'm like...
Because it's a fucking
like,
truth.
Yeah, like, they need to start shutting shit down. Like, we're not going to fucking stay here all night for you two fucking assholes.
They have to clean the ground. The stuff that needs to be done.
So I'm like, I'll like straight up be like, if you want it, you
order it now. Spit it out, bitch.
Yeah, like figure it out quick. But yeah, no, I hate that. But I will, if it's my tables or even if it's other people's tables, we dim the lights when it's dinner time. I will go over and slowly raise the lights. Like every couple of minutes, I'll just go and like raise them a little bit more, so the manager doesn't notice. Nobody notices that I'm doing it, but the customers notice, and they'll all of a sudden be like, "Oh,
closing time,"
and they'll get up and they'll leave. And I know we're not supposed to do that, but come on.
Denise also has another one, which is actually one. I'll have to edit her name out. But she said, I had someone tell me they'd never shop at my store again because they aren't prudes, but we have cards with the words FUCK on them. Everything with squares on or in it comes with a big ass pink sticker that says proceed with a sense of humor. Guess they missed that part. Right? So shout out to DT because she's one of the few people who like listens consistently. So shout out to you. You know who you are.
Last week at my work, it deals with both those things kind of. Last week at my work, 2 girls that work at my work came in like
as customers.
Yeah, as customers, already drunk with like 2 of their friends, like right at closing, you know. So they're trying to order espresso martinis. And the kid that was waiting on them went up to the manager and was like, "Hey, so and so came in. They've definitely already been drinking somewhere else." You know, like not saying that she's drunk, but like kind of alluding to it. But the manager was like, "Man, I don't care." You know, like it's not my work. So the bartender, when they get the slip, looks at it and goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? 2 people that work here coming in like 5 minutes before we close, knowing that I'm trying to get all these people out of here and they think they're going to drink espresso martinis?" She ripped it up and she threw it away.
Good.
Yeah, and good. So this girl's friend...
2 minutes before you leave, you order...
like you fucking work here.
You order a beer or a shot. You order a beer or a shot and you go back.
Or like you just don't even go because you fucking work here. Don't be a piece of shit. So this girl's friend, who's like from out of town or whatever, she's like, "I want to talk to the manager." She's like, "I live in New York, and I will never come back here." And so Raul tells me this, and I'm like, "Did you tell her, well, like, we didn't fucking expect you to, bitch, because you live in fucking New York. Like, what are you trying to threaten us with? You don't live in the fucking state."
And, like, New York, like, stays up until, like, 5 a.m., but, like, this isn't New York.
No, and it's just, like, so funny. Like, you're threatening that. Like, are you... No. Get the fuck out of here,
I love that. So I was like, oh, I'll never come... I love when people say that. I will never come back here. My favorite is just to give them the shrug, like...
Bye. Don't care. We don't want you back here.
So wait, did she actually proceed to like yell at your manager?
Yeah.
Did somebody go get the manager?
No, I left. Somebody went and finally got mad. I just left. I was like, I'm not part of this. And then that's when me and Teresa went to another bar to have a drink. And then 2 of them ended up showing up there and they were like drunk. And the bartender was like, "Who's your ride?" And she's like, "Oh, I have a driver." And he was like, "I saw you walk in here yourself." Like, wouldn't let us give her a ride home, so I just left. Bye. Talking about the first time she ever gave a hand job to somebody, like screaming it at the bar. I was like, "I've had 1 drink. Can I get my tab? Thank you." Like,
I'm gonna see y'all later.
Right? I worked all night.
I'll see if I can find this picture and send it to you, Jamie. But one of my favorite moments ever, I was working at the Gap, and this woman was just going off on me.
It's funny that you worked at the Gap.
I worked at the Gap.
Why is that funny, Jamie?
I worked at the Gap. I do not look like someone who should be working at the Gap. I worked at the Gap outlet. Let me just say that.
You had to wear all their clothes too,
he
right?
was the outlet brand.
Kinda. We couldn't wear anything with like logos on them unless it was like a Gap logo.
You don't remember though? Mark used to never even wear like jeans half the time. He always wore button-ups. Think about when
Would you wear khakis?
Yeah.
No,
you did wear khakis.
I did. I wore like khakis.
Now no one wears khakis.
Cargo khaki.
Cargo pants. Mark loved a nice cargo.
Cargo khakis and boots.
Or he would wear like jeans and button-ups. It was because of the Gap. He didn't let me in on the dorkdom until like a while in. And then once he unleashed it, he was like, "I'm free."
Right,
and now we have the Mark we have now.
Now I dress like fucking Dean Winchester.
But the first time, when I first started dating Mark, he actually always like dressed really, really nice.
But when we're going out places, I have a few button-ups.
Mark's like, "Hey, I'm not always a bum."
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still put on a button-up.
Sometimes I put on a button-up.
Coming from the girl who got excited because yoga pants became part of fashion.
Right.
Acceptable women's fashion. I can wear leggings anywhere.
See, I do most of it's crazy that I am wearing jeans today, but I usually don't. But I usually
when I see you in jeans,
yeah.
I was like, doesn't she normally wear yoga pants?
Well, you know what though? I wear yoga pants to work out all the time, so it's like gotta wear something different, you know?
Change it up.
I feel like every single day I wear the same thing. I wake up in the morning, I put on my yoga pants, I go work out, shower. Well, probably not usually. Well, because I work out twice. So sometimes I don't sometimes I will work out. I'll shower in between the two workouts, but it doesn't make sense. But like the
I'm
first
not gonna
workout
lie,
is like so much.
Sometimes I leave the gym and I go, underarm sniff. No.
If I don't sweat profusely, I don't shower.
Wafting?
Yeah, no.
No ball wafting?
No, I'm sure that
I do some ball wafting, but my balls, thankfully my balls don't stink. So one of the greatest.
It's like, yeah, it's just gonna stink for it regardless. But like, if I don't sweat, like if I'm not like pouring sweat, I won't shower. Like,
so I'm pretty sure you've understood this when a customer, because I was a supervisor at the time, and this woman was just like relentless, and she goes, I want to speak to the supervisor. I looked at her and smiled, and I went, I am the supervisor. And the look on her face as she slammed all the clothes down and walked away filled me with so much joy. I might have come on everything.
My moment like that is so at my work, because it's like a weird fancy place. There's a certain time of the day where lunch is over and dinner has not began, and there's only a very, very short menu. Okay, and I love telling people, yeah, that's all we got right now. And they're like, what? Are you kidding? This is like 6 things. I'm like, well, yeah.
That's your option.
If you want, dinner starts in an hour. I can bring the menu over. You can check it out for a while. For an hour. Like, you know, like. But I love being like, yeah, sorry, this is all we have right now. Because the kitchen is like essentially like prepping for the dinner. Yeah, whatever. But like, I love telling people no. I'm like, nope, sorry. Wish I could, but nope.
You can have the tilapia, ma'am.
We don't. No, it's not even like fish. It's like you can get like pizzas, a Cuban sandwich. It's not much. There's not even salad. It's not even a salad.
Cuban sandwiches are awesome.
Yeah, Cuban sandwich actually at my work.
It's like pure pork, but it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like pork, bacon. Is that what it is? Pork and bacon? Pork. I know it's like sliced pork.
Pickles, mustard.
Oh, ham. Pork and ham.
Yeah, pork and ham.
Well, I know, but like it's like at my work, it's like a piece of like pork loin, like a slice, and then there's ham on it, and then like cheese and pickles and like the mustard stuff, and they make it a panini.
I don't think I've ever.
There's a place, and it's in a panini. There's this place next to my job called Bailey and Sage. They make really good salads, but they also make an amazing Cuban sandwich. But the sandwich is just enough. Like it's not so much that you're like, oh my god, I'm stuffed. But it's just enough that like you eat it for lunch and you're satisfied without the itis for the rest of the day. But oh man, I customers suck. What was it? What's the phrase from Clerks? His job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
I mean,
Then you wouldn't have a job, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. That's how I make my money.
Shitty customers.
Yeah, so I'm like, you're just gonna be a good ass licker and
wrong episode.
Make your money. No, I always like being in like the food service industry. Like, well, working off tips is like being like a stripper. You're definitely selling yourself and the food for money.
Here's a good one. What is the hierarchy with waitress, bartender, stripper? Who do you think makes the most money?
Oh, strippers for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I'm trying to think in terms of like on top.
Sex sells, man. Like,
no, but I'm talking about at the end of the night when they have to give
even
their
if
half
you're
to
gross, you're making money
Yeah.
because like dudes like just
no. But I'm talking about what they go home with at the end of the night on top of like. You think so?
Strippers. Why do you think
Yeah.
people strip? You can strip one night and make like
I would assume
like
bartenders.
$1,000. Yeah, like $1,000.
I would assume bartenders would make more money.
No.
No. As a stripper, like literally, you can take home easily $1,000.
Yeah, the bartenders at my work make more
And
than the
a night-
servers, but like not you know, I might make like $250, maybe they'll make like $350. You know?
And a bartender.
And there's no strippers at my work.
Because you have to consider, if you're sitting at a bar, if you're a person sitting at a bar, you automatically always tip the bartender for like every drink that you get. Like, it's not like when you're sitting at a table ordering food. I feel like that's why bartenders make like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because it's not like when you're sitting at a table eating food and it all comes at once and you get the bill all at once, and then when you're drinking drinks, you tip per drink. So you automatically always.
As opposed you're tipping her ass, vagina, and titty that's out.
Well, I mean, no. Naked's naked. Naked wins everything.
No, I've seen some naked. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but that naked still probably brings home $600 that night. Because just because it's not your naked doesn't mean it's not somebody else's.
Let me tell you, if I could strip, I'd strip.
I've seen some, like, unattractive women make really good money stripping.
I've seen, there was, Alex's. I see this.
Alex's.
Alex's.
I might have to edit that out. I don't want them fucking problems, those fucking mobsters. There was this one woman. Actually, no, this is before the mobsters started working there. There was this one girl. I say girl. I looked at her and I was like disgusted. Me and all my friends were we looked directly at each other every time she was on stage because she looked like she was 15.
Yeah, but like
And
some people
no,
are into that.
No.
That's what Jenna Jameson made her career on.
But hear me
She
out.
sounds like a child.
But no, she didn't have titties. She didn't have ass. She had like this young face, and we were all just looking at each other, going, "This is disgusting. This is disgusting."
But
this is
people are
disgusting.
tipping her.
But then she would get off stage and she'd put her arms around one of us and go, "Do you want to dance?" And we would see this wad of fucking ones that she just made, and we're like, "Oh my god, who gets a lap dance from you?" It is gross.
But there's a market for everything.
Yeah.
She reaches a specific clientele.
Look, man, I am into some weird shit when it comes to my porn, but none of them deals with a woman who looks like she's underdeveloped. That's gross.
Well, no, it is gross.
You're not going for illegal? That's not your kink?
You don't like 12-year-olds?
You know what's funny? Even barely legal, they look 25.
Gross.
Barely legal. How old are you? I'm
But
18.
yeah, no.
I'm 18. Bitch, you're 40.
But no, I would say it would definitely be like strippers, bartenders, and waitresses.
Yeah.
In the hierarchy.
Here's a good one for you. Who do you think could get laid more who do you think can get laid easier in a night? A really good bartender or a rock star?
A rock star?
Yeah, definitely a rock star. Because I was like, the bartender could get you drunk, but...
I mean, I feel like bartenders get laid a lot because, like, girls, like, read into that shit. But
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, the bartender likes me.
Yeah, like hooks it up with the free drinks.
Yeah.
Is it
like,
easier for a male or female bartender to get laid?
I'd probably go with male.
Yeah. It's harder for a female to put yourself out there without seeming like really trampy.
Yeah.
You know? It really is.
We had this debate recently about is it easier for an unattractive woman or an unattractive male to get laid, and I was like, it's easier for an unattractive woman to get laid than it is easier for an unattractive woman to get laid. A male to get laid.
No, I would disagree with that.
See, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I would disagree with
I feel
that.
like an ugly guy.
Because there's a lot of, like, yeah, you see people in relationships and, like, the girl's, like, beautiful and the guy's, like, gross. And you're like, oh, well, if that's all she can get, then...
I see a lot of it the other way. So, now...
so fucked up.
So, you put... Okay. So, if you put... let's say you put two... And I hate to say it like this. You say two people who are both ones on a scale of 1 to 10. And you put a male and a female and they both walk in. Right? You think it's easier for the male to get laid than it is for the female to get laid?
Yes.
They're on the same playing field.
I think it's definitely way easier for an ugly guy to get laid than an ugly woman.
Now I'm reconsidering this because I'm like, I don't know. Because some guys will just fuck anything, you know?
That's my point. That was my point.
And a lot of women do have standards, so like...
That's my thing. Like, guys will kind of fuck anything. I fucked a zero twice.
That's so gross.
It is what it is, man. Like, that's just how it is, though. I mean, again, I worked at a bar for a year, and I've seen some of the most unattractive dudes leave with some of the most attractive women I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, how?
Because money.
Yeah, money.
They flashed a few dollars. That's what happened there.
But the same thing with that. I've seen the same thing. I've seen unattractive women pump out money into guys, and they'll just leave some other woman.
Yeah, because their prospect got better. So in your mind, well, I mean, this is really when you think about it. Most guys will lower their standards, yes. If at the end of the night the prospect that they have left is the ugly girl because nobody else was willing to go home. Yes, definitely. But a woman, like, if neither of them had money, like if neither the man nor the woman had money and they were just gross, then I would say that the man could get laid before.
See, I see the other way around. Like I said, I think women have higher standards when it comes to like what they're fucking.
Yeah, probably. No, I don't know.
So to finish off the subject, my boy Cam we were talking still this whole thing about like bad customer service things in the pod like this. I had a lady get mad at me because Netflix requires an account. Not even that it was paid, just an account. And by mad, I mean it required me, a supervisor, and a manager to deal with the situation, and mad to kick her out of the store. She's threatened to bring the police into the situation. And ladies and gentlemen, that's been the Old Man Wade Show.
Right? Crazy.
Yeah, Jamie, can I get a damn it, Wade?
Damn it, Wade.
Maria, can I get a damn it, Wade?
Nope.
Damn it, Wade!